Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 13 of the app breakdown. Today, we're taking a look at an app called Quartr, which is basically a financial research app for people who find value in listening to earnings calls and getting data from them. This app first came on my radar because one of their designers on Twitter did an exceptional job of basically doing posters for earnings calls for different companies. Earnings calls posters are not something that I ever thought I'd be hyped about, but they were very, very cool. And so I downloaded the app and we're going to test it today. So let's go. I'm not sure what kind of onboarding experience I'm going to get because I already had an account, which I tried to delete, but I think I didn't delete it in time for the video. So it took a little long to load here, but let's see if it remains. Okay. Let's try creating an account with Apple, because last time I think I created one with X. So continue. Here, my blurred email and my blurred email. Yes, let's go. All right, these models take a little long to load. Not the end of the world. All right, so first thing is select some companies you want to stay up to date with. So this is basically just a big list of cool companies that most people want to interact with. For us, let's choose Meta. Oh, nice. As you tap one, there are suggestions related to that one. So for example, I clicked Meta, which is social media platform, obviously, and it suggested Match, which is the owner of Tinder and many others. Snap, Bumble, and Pinterest. Let's also select Snap, see what it suggests. Shutterstock, all that. Let's select Pinterest, Twitter. Okay, interesting. Twitter is no longer public, so how does this work? Where are they getting their data from? Do they still have earnings calls? I actually don't know. Probably not. Okay, and we have this blurred footer here. Nothing too fancy. Okay, let's hit continue. Following 4 companies. Every investor is unique. Help us tell your experience. Okay, so they're going to ask me questions. Okay, no, they just want to track me. Ask app not to track. Notifications. Oh, interesting that they ask you what do you want to get notifications for instead of just giving you all of them and then letting you disable some of them, which is what 99% of apps do probably. Okay, so we're going to have live events, recordings, transcripts, slide, reports, press release, and Edge by Quartr. Save. I'm going to get all of them. All right, and we're on the home screen. There's no companies live right now at the top, but just in general, a very basically monotone design. We have home, so the name of the screen. We have notifications at the top right. We have a live section, a calendar section, a basically request to rate the app, latest activities, and a recommendation section or suggestion. And then the footer is pretty simple. We have home, search, profile, and what I'm guessing is AI, because this is the icon for AI for some reason. Okay, let's try tapping live now. And there's nothing there. Feels like a missed opportunity for an empty state that could lead me somewhere else, for example, to the latest live or anything like that, but interesting. Let's tap notifications. There's probably not going to be anything there. Oh, there is. So the empty state is just pre-filled things of events in the past, basically. So this is pretty cool. Just a list of quarterly report, transcripts, audio, live event, slides, basically all the things that happened within the companies that I have selected in the onboarding. And we can filter by audio, live events, transcripts, and all that. It's taking a little while to load. I'm not sure why. Okay, let's go back to home, look at the calendar. So as you can see, this is not a regular calendar. It does not have all days of the week by any stretch of the imagination. It has today, so that you can center yourself, and then it only has the days within which there will be earnings calls. So in this case, it has the 28th of January for Meta, the 3rd of February for Snap, and then the 6th of February for Pinterest. Let's actually add a bunch of companies to see what that looks like. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself, but let's just add a bunch of companies and see if there are any changes to the UI. Match group. Okay. Block. Cool. And refresh this. Okay, so it's basically just a repetition of things. And as you scroll, there's a little icon allowing you to come back to today, which is a nice touch. Let's try tapping into the 28th of January for Meta. Oh, actually I tapped into the calendar as a whole. So this is just basically a list view of the calendar. Anything that's after today is just an entry to the company. Anything that's before today is an entry to the actual recording and all things earnings call. Let's close this for now. Latest activities. So this is basically the same thing that was inside notifications, I believe. Recently viewed, and you might like. So it's a very straightforward home actually. There's not a lot here, which is not a bad thing. So let's try going into Meta. So we're gonna click here and go into Meta Q4 2025. So this is a page for an upcoming earnings call. So we only have the titles following share, when it's going to be, and the company at the bottom. This feels like it could be a half sheet. I'm not sure what information they want to display here. But anyway, and this is
just a quick message from us at
whoop. And this is the page for an earnings call that has already happened. So we're going to come into this one a bit later. First, let's go into the Meta. So let's see what a company profile looks like. So we have name of the company at the top. I guess this is the tag on the market, Meta in capitals. We have a bunch of filters here for things related to the company, overview, events, financials, press releases, and all that. And a very cool section here for latest events. I really like the design of this. You can see basically the most important aspects, or what they think are the most important aspects of this specific earnings call from Q3 2025. For those who don't know, Q stands for Quartr, which is the name of the app, and just 3 months out of the year. Let's click into this, see where, oh, it doesn't lead us anywhere. See, I'm clicking on the main thing and it's not actually tappable. I wish that was tappable, just like the heading section that I just now tapped. And immediately as you tap it, the recording starts playing.
My name is Krista, and I will be your conference operator today.
I'll be your conference operator. So this is essentially just the earnings call playing live. Or it was live and now it's just a recording. So what do we have here also? We have basic controls for 15 seconds. As you listen, there's a very cool transcript of who is talking and what they're saying. So you'll see if I scrub here, now it's Susan Lee, the Chief Financial Officer. And if we click on the transcript, oh, it actually, instead of just opening on that section, it goes to an entirely different page, which is an interesting approach. Oh, there seems to be a lot of cool features here. Okay, so we have transcript. Next, we have slides. So we have all the slides from Meta from Q3, and we have reports. Very cool. And I see that we have here search. Let's try searching for something. Let's search for VR. They probably talked about VR somewhere. No, they did not. Search about AR. Okay, they did talk. Yeah, this is just R. Okay, pretty basic, just like word search, nothing special. Let's click highlights, add highlight. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Okay, I thought this was going to be a cool feature. Turns out it just doesn't do much. Long press and select text on script in a transcript and click highlight. Your highlights will appear here. So that was just an explanation. And I can come here, do highlight.
building personal super. I think that we've all.
Whoop, and it just stays highlighted. And if I click highlights, it has been stored here. Okay, so they could have had a better empty state to make me understand without having to actually read. But I guess it might be a neat feature to save stuff. Okay, let's go back into the Meta Q3 earnings call page. We have transcript, we have the slides, the presentation, and the reports that we had seen. So I'm a bit confused as to why when I click here, it doesn't just open within that page and it takes me to a completely different navigation. Because at the end of the day, the three things that I'm looking at here, transcripts, slides, and reports, are the ones that were in the previous page. So a bit of an odd choice. Maybe it's navigational constraints. I don't know. Let's try clicking here, all 102 events, which is a big list of events, and takes us to the event section. We have next event, and we already have here an estimate for the revenue, EBITDA, and all that. And get notified when keywords are mentioned in transcripts. Oh, so this is very interesting for people who trade based on what is said at the earnings call when it is actually said. So let's try clicking here, metaverse. For all companies, whenever they say metaverse in an earnings call, I'm gonna get notified. Okay, this is very interesting. I did not know that this feature existed. And it's also very cool that they allow you to select between followed companies and all companies, because a lot of companies that I don't know might actually be talking about the metaverse, and that would interest me. I'm guessing these are all concepts that already exist in pro financial apps or financial research apps, but because I'm not very deep into this financial research, I just don't know about it, and it's cool to discover in a very consumery app. Okay, so we have revenue breakdowns here by business area, by geography, and by source. Okay, interesting visualization with a pie chart and just the labels on the side. Cool, interactive media services. What is this? Dorm room dreams. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what this. Oh, this is just a description of Meta. Okay, and we have here articles. What are the articles? The rise of Meta. So if we click into it, we just have articles that I'm guessing were written by someone at Quartr, or they pulled from somewhere. Let's click mention companies. It's just Meta. Okay, this is probably their play of basically gathering people for the app. If you write good articles about companies, people click them, and then they get funneled into the app. So this could be a cool top of funnel feature. Not sure. And here at the bottom, we have lists. So what are lists? If I click lists, okay. So these are companies that profit from network effects, or profit in a general sense. Interesting. Are there user-generated lists? Because that would be cool. Okay, it's just a very clean list. Tells you where the companies are from and who they are. Let's click here on events. We have seen this, just a long list. Nothing too fancy. It stores the events that I have heard and the events that I have not heard. You can see the top one does not have a play button. Or maybe it's because it's still playing. So if I swipe it, let's try clicking on the third one and press play. Okay. Minimize it. Okay, yeah, so these are the ones I've heard and where in the earnings call I am. Okay, let's go into financials. So for financials, they have some cool ways to visualize data. First of all, the valuations, and then the results and estimates depending on the time frame that you select, including estimates. So for example, here you see that this one is FY and then it has E at the end, and I'm guessing E stands for estimate. Let's actually go into 2023. Okay, they have some neat information organization here, and then powered by S&P Global. Notoriety stamp, bam. I'm guessing this is just like the API they use or something. Okay, let's go back. Go back home. Oh, you can double tap on home to go to the top, which is very interesting. And now there's a new section for continue listening. So these are the two earnings calls that I've tapped into. So the home is dynamic, which is something that sometimes products overlook, which is the UI and the experience of the app basically evolving as you use the app. This is a great example of it. This section did not exist. It did not have an empty state. It did not occupy real estate above the fold on the homepage, but now it does, because now they know that you care about this more than you care about anything else. Given that they took this approach, I wonder why they did not take the same approach for live, but they probably have reasons that I don't understand. Or it's just that live is actually the thing that people look for the most when they come to the app. It's like, what is trending right now? What's live? What's happening? I want to know. Okay, let's go into search. So search here, we have the articles that we've seen. I like their organization within these pages. It's very simple. There are no big tricks. but it works. Like there are cards with text and then little tags. It just works. Growth themes. These are also lists. Okay. Competitive advantages. Again, lists. I'm guessing all of these are lists. Let's just tap into them. Yup. Okay, this one also has keyword alerts, whereas the other ones don't. Interesting. Let's click on one of these. Okay, it's the same keyword alert thing. And then scroll to the end of these lists. They're not infinitely scrollable because they're probably handpicked. And we have the articles on top. Let's try using the search and search for Snap. So, oh, this search is very cool. So it gives you the companies on top, little carousel. It also gives you search within the transcripts. And so within each of these search results, you can see what company it refers to, what event it refers to, and who said it. So for example, if I go metaverse, you can see that National Vision has said metaverse on the earnings call on December 3rd. Siemens, same thing, and all of these. Okay, this is actually very interesting. There's a little bug where the create keyword alert is below the navigation, but that happens. Okay, let's cancel and go into my profile. See what we have to see here. So we have followed companies, keyword alerts, highlights, downloads. Okay, nothing too exciting. And finally, let's tap the AI button. Oh, not a great transition here. Close. Wait, I got confused here. Why did I get confused? Okay.
I know
so see, this is a cool example of where inconsistency can betray your users. So on the previous pages that I had clicked, the close button was on the top left. Okay. So see, the button here is on top left. The button here is on top left. Okay, pause this. And if we go into a company, the button is also top left. Okay. And then immediately I went into the AI chat, but I wanted to go back. And so I clicked on the menu thinking that it would be the back. So, but in this case, the close button is on the top right. So yeah, it's a little inconsistencies that kind of make the experience a bit worse. Okay, let's try. Okay. Why is Snap down? Okay, here I had to think about what I wanted to ask because there are no pre-filled questions, there are no suggestions, so I don't actually know what I should be asking on this app. Like every app has a text field by now, but use different text fields in different ways, and this one doesn't particularly teach you how to use it. Okay, why is Snap down? Let's try tagging Snap. Go. Okay, very simple feature, not very fleshed out. I'm guessing this is something they're testing or starting to do now. And at the bottom, I also see we have a button that seems like the Claude logo. Oh yeah, it is Claude. Okay, so you can switch between Claude 4.5 and GPT-5, which is an extremely nerdy thing, which I'm not sure it fits this kind of app, but it's not for me to decide. Okay, so it's a pretty standard chatbot experience, but it learns from the data within the app. Not the most exciting thing ever, if I'm being honest. And now I created a new chat, and my old chat seems to have disappeared. Oh, it's here. Okay, this section needs some work. What else is there to see? We've seen search, we have clicked on articles, we've clicked on lists. I think that'll be it for today. So for Quartr, we have seen balanced design. We have seen good information architecture for complex information such as financials. What else have we seen? We have seen a cool calendar interaction, which is not very standard with other apps. And overall, we've just seen a clean design. So that would be it for episode 13 of the app breakdown. And I'll see you on the 14th. Peace.